There is nothing wrong with your television. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are now controlling the transmission. We control the horizontal and the vertical. We can shape your vision to anything. We control all that you see.
Well, okay, now it's time to go ahead and pull the exhaust manifold off. And I've got to clean a little bit of tape behind it that I was using to keep any dirt or debris from getting inside. So let's go ahead and get it going. Now I did cheat, and by each one of these I took and wrote the sequence for torquing it down, so I don't get lost or don't have to keep on looking at it. Never claimed to be the best mechanic. I'm just kind of a parts changer who gets it done. Now for those of you who don't know, this is just kind of like a Brillo pad on here. Helps really clean it good. And I somewhat cleaned it already before, but right now we're getting the duct tape stickiness off of it. And so some of you know this is just the old exhaust manifold that I've cleaned up and painted. A little brake cleaner on it. Make sure we clean it really good, clean all the gunk off. Alright, let's install. Now what we got here is some brand new OEM studs or bolts. Little anti-seize. Let's get 2 bolts to get it going. Little anti-seize on. Okay, now make sure you leave it loose so you can drop down in. I believe you want the flat end towards the back. Moving right along. Let's take and snug her all up. Now we just got to go take and torque her down, and there is a few websites on the internet to where you can find all the torque specs. There's actually a link in a Cummins forum of Cummins chat about Cummins engines of someone's left a link to where you can get all the torque specs you need. So I have it right here. I'll try to put a little picture, blow up picture next to it, and let's see. So these, it looks like we only go down to 30 foot-pounds torque. All right, so we've got the exhaust manifold gaskets on, we've got the bolts in, now we just got to torque it down to 33. Now we just got to torque it down to 32 foot-pounds. All right, and I've got them already numbered like I said. So here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. 4. Here's 5. Here's 6. Here's 7. Here's 8. Here's 9. Here's 10. Here's 11. And here's 12. Now we just need to put the heat shield on. Little anti-seize. This one, I still don't know what it's supposed to hold, so I'm gonna put the nut right there. So these were 13 metric, and for the heat shield nuts is 15 metric, and it only goes to 18 foot-pounds. So now the heat shield is a size 15, and we only torque these down to 18 inch-pounds. And that's that. Alright, so we've got the starter on, we've got the flywheel on, we've got the adapter plate on, we've got the fleece on, we've got the exhaust manifold on, we've got the shield on. Now we just need to take a lot of this stuff that I've just kind of roughed on here, slowly one by one pull everything off and Loctite some of it and bolt it down. Well, okay, let's go ahead and install the alternator. So the alternator that we are using is a Ford alternator. So Diesel Conversions has provided us with some adapter brackets. So let's go ahead and get that installed. So we're going to install this one first. It goes right here. So we'll Loctite on it so it doesn't vibrate out. Has a little notch in it. That one goes to the bottom. Take and get them all started. So what you'll need for this is a 17 millimeter. Well, okay, let's go ahead and get the CP3 pump set into place. I've already taken the 3 bolts on the back and put some Loctite to put them in. I've already taken and put a new seal on and lubed it up before I put it in here. Cleaned everything up so everything's clean, ready to go. Let's go ahead and put her on in. Well, she's setting in place, so let's go ahead and start the back nuts. Alright, once again it looks like I'm going to have to go rob some nuts off the other engine outside. Just go ahead and get everything started. Go finger tight on everything. Okay, now we want to take, after we put the front nut on and just gone finger tight, these are all finger tight. Now we want to take these nuts down to 70 inch-pounds. Okay, so now that they're all at 70 inch-pounds, so now this bolt right here, we want to take and torque that down to 77 foot-pounds. Okay, now as you can see, it's trying to turn right there, so I'm going to have to rig something up so it doesn't move. There it is. More. You got her. Well, as you can see, she's starting to look like an engine. We got the fleece on. And if you take a look over here, you've got that little groove all painted up. You can't even really tell that we chopped into it. She's looking good. Alright, now we're gonna take and tear into this and do the top end correctly. I finally got a torque wrench to do the top, so let's go ahead and get started on that. Alright, well, I've already tightened all these down to specs, lubed it up, tightened the rocker cover. So now I just saved one last to show you guys. But then after that, I need to get me a valve lash gauge so that I can go over all this and make sure everything is copacetic. Now, one thing you want to do when you're putting this together is, if you take a look at these, there is a little bump on it. You want to make sure that all those bumps face outwards, all the same direction. So I've got them both. And then you want to take and put a little lube, put it on, put a little lube, put it on. Then you want to take the injector bolt and slowly tighten each side down very evenly. You want it to be even. You want this little bar in here that holds it down to look even. So I think the front needs to go a little more. Alright. Let's loosen the back a little bit. Tighten the front up. Okay, now the first step is to take it down to 44 inch-pounds. And then just keep on doing a quarter of a turn. Quarter of a turn. Just back and forth. Quarter of a turn. Quarter of a turn. There she clicked. She clicked. Now, we want to take the injector tube. We want to take this injector tube down to 11 foot-pounds. Alright, we're there. Now we want to take the injector down to 89 inch-pounds. 89 inch-pounds. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. Alright, well, we're good there. Now we want to take the injector tube. We want to take the injector tube down to 37 foot-pounds. Alright, so we got that done. Now let's take and drop our rocker arms in. Put a little lube right here. Put a little lube right there. Get them snug. Rocker arms down to 27 foot-pounds. Go ahead and hook up your wires. Now these go down to 11 inch-pounds. I'll be honest, I'm a little too nervous to end up breaking them. So for now, I'm just gonna snug them down tight. And that's that. Now we can go ahead and put our covers back on. And very soon we'll be putting this over in the chassis, hooked up to the tranny. That's it for this show.